Can vinegar help depression? As far-fetched as this may sound, there is some research on this, so let's take a look at the proof. When researchers gave red wine vinegar to people for 8 weeks, not only did it lower their blood sugar, but it also altered the metabolism of the amino acid tryptophan, perhaps making tryptophan more available to be used in the body. And this effect has been attributed to the acetic acid in the vinegar. Now, I bring this up because tryptophan is involved with the production of a neurotransmitter called serotonin, and some researchers believe that depression is linked to low levels of serotonin. In fact, some antidepressant medications are thought to work because they maintain serotonin in the brain. Okay, so what is the proof for vinegar helping improve depression? In this 4-week clinical trial, 25 college students are split into 2 groups. One group takes 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar mixed with a cup of water twice a day with meals, and the other group is using a vinegar supplement that they obtained from GNC. Results showed that after just 4 weeks, those people using the liquid apple cider vinegar had about a 34% improvement compared to those who took the vinegar pills. So pretty impressive results. I would say this study does have a couple of limitations. Number one, they used apple cider vinegar. What does that mean for other types of vinegar? Keep watching. Also, they used a vinegar supplement. I wish they had used something else other than vinegar for the control group, but I get why they did that because some research appears to show that vinegar supplements don't work the same way in the body as real vinegar. Fortunately, however, the story doesn't end here. Let's take a look at this next study. Here we have 28 healthy overweight men and women. Again, it's a 4-week clinical study. Just as before, they're given before and after tests of depression. They do 2 different tests on these people. Also, just like before, they're split into 2 groups. One group is given a vinegar supplement that they're told to take once a day. They actually use the Walmart brand of vinegar supplements in this trial. And the other group is using 4 tablespoons of liquid red wine vinegar each day. And to get a bit more specific here, the group using the vinegar supplement took it once in the morning with breakfast. The other group using liquid vinegar, they mixed 2 tablespoons of vinegar with a cup of water and did that twice a day with meals. Results showed that after just 4 weeks, those people using the liquid vinegar had about a 26% improvement in their depression scores on one of the tests compared to only 5% improvement in those who use the vinegar supplement. Now, on the surface, that sounds impressive. It looks like liquid vinegar is giving people over 5 times the antidepressant effect as the vinegar supplement. However, when they ran statistics on these groups, the differences between the groups was not deemed to be clinically significant. On the other depression questionnaire, those using the liquid vinegar had about a 42% improvement in their depression scores versus an 18% improvement in those who use the vinegar supplement. Looking at it another way, it's looking like liquid vinegar is giving people over twice the antidepressant effect as the vinegar supplement is, and this difference was also deemed to be clinically significant as well. Now, that sounds impressive, but the study does have a bit of a problem, and here it is. At the beginning of the trial, about 25% of the people taking the liquid vinegar scored as having either mild to moderate depression. When they factored those baseline readings into their statistics, the difference between the liquid vinegar and the vinegar supplement was no longer clinically significant. So those results are a bit of a mixed bag, but there was something else they noticed in this study that got my attention, and that is metabolites for niacin increased about 86% in the people who were using the liquid vinegar. And that I found intriguing because there is some research linking low levels of dietary niacin to depression symptoms. And I bring that up because if vinegar really does help depression, it may work differently than simply raising serotonin levels. Okay, so you get the point. The research on depression is complicated, but vinegar is inexpensive. And if you use it in the amounts that have been used in these 2 clinical trials, then a bottle of vinegar will last you several months. And if this research is to be believed, you might start feeling benefits in as little as 4 weeks. So if you have tried vinegar for depression and it worked or didn't work, please leave a comment below and let me know what happened. You're also going to be helping other people sort all this out for themselves. And my other hope for this is that researchers will see this video and it'll spur them on to do further studies.